Hi there guys, and welcome to Ebony Tarot. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments and your subscribes. I really do appreciate it. If any of you would like to book a personal, all information is in the description box below. If you're waiting for a personal, they'll be coming out very soon, so just look out for your emails and for updates. So today I wanted to just talk about divine feminine and divine masculine relationships, okay? Because I feel like there's a lot of doubt and indecision when it comes to partnerships and whether or not people are supposed to be together, and also the challenges and the obstacles that a lot of people are facing whilst being in a connection, which is also due to be it's a lot of doubt and indecision is in beautiful connections because they don't want it's to stop you guys from unifying, okay? Now, and first of all, we need to establish whether or not you are actually in a divine masculine feminine connection, okay? Because there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to the divine masculines and the divine feminines, gods, goddesses and things like that. A lot of people think they are empresses and emperors, and they're actually not. Now, there's a lot of people that have a lot of spiritual gifts, but just because you are spiritually gifted, it doesn't make you a god or a goddess. You know, I've spoken about this shit before, and I remember kind of using fairy tales as an analogy, as an example. It's kind of like when you think about a fairy tale and you think about like an enchanted forest, there's loads of different mystical creatures. You know, there's like fairies, elves, goblins, witches. You know, there's lots of different. I mean, have you ever watched like an animation or like a Disney type movie? And there's a lot of different beings and different magical, mystical creatures that have different abilities, but there's only one king or one prince, one princess, one empress. Do you know what I mean? So first of all, you need to understand what lane you're in, because you know, you cannot be a divine feminine or a divine masculine if you haven't mastered all the queens and the kings in one, if we want to talk about this in a tarot perspective. Okay, some people, they haven't mastered their Queen of Pentacles, their stability, but they're going around calling themselves an empress. They haven't mastered you know, their Queen of Cups, their emotional maturity. They haven't mastered the Queen of Swords, their intelligence. Okay, they haven't mastered and their communication. You know, they haven't mastered the Queen of Cups, self-love. Wait, did I just say the Queen of Cups? Yeah, emotional maturity. What's the other one? Oh my goodness, the Queen of Wands. There we go. You know, confidence, but also in control of impulse and desires. Do you know what I mean? Creativity, action. A lot of people haven't mastered all of those elements. And so, you know, you can't really be of divinity and of purity if you haven't mastered. Some people are just the Queen of Wands. Some people are just the Queen of Cups. And that's okay. That is okay to embrace the actual lane that you're in, rather than trying to, you know, falsify some false identification of yourself. Because I feel like this is what keeps people in toxic situations, okay? Oh my God, you know I met my DF. I met my DF, when really you've just met a demon. Like, it's not your DF at all, okay? Now, you'll know when someone is of divine energy, because a lot of divine beings, they cannot be around other people. They're people that normally keep themselves to themselves. They're very attractive. So a lot of people think, you know, they have false perceptions of what they're like because of their appearance. You know, they may feel like you're promiscuous or you like attention or this, that, and the other. It's like, no, you're just beautiful beings that like to stay indoors because everybody else is toxic as fuck. You know, you're not going to find a divine feminine shaking her ass in the club. That's just facts. I know some people may get offended by that. Now, I'm not saying that divine feminines and divine masculines can't enjoy themselves. That's not what I'm saying, or that they haven't in the past. But what I'm saying is, when you're of pure divinity, you'll find that you cannot be around other beings, regardless of whether they're magical or mystical or not, you know, because they drain your energy. Because a lot of people who are of light, they attract darker energies because darker energies feed off of the light. You understand me? And one thing you'll notice is that toxic motherfuckers never want to be with each other. A toxic man or a toxic woman never wants to be with someone that's just like them. They always go for the high vibrational people. It's kind of like the living dead. Like, you know, I look at toxic people as like zombies. Zombies don't feed off of each other because they're dead. They feed off the living, you know. And then once they feed off the living person, they then turn into a zombie. So what's happening is that there is, because a lot of divine feminines and divine masculines, whether it's same-sex relationships or not, you know, because, you know, divine feminine and masculine is an energy, not a gender. Let's just stop there. Okay, have come into union. And there's a lot of obstacles and challenges. Now, you'll know when, because this is an energetic spiritual warfare. This is what a lot of people don't understand. First of all, you'll have a spiritual connection. A divine union or a divine connection with someone is always going to be spiritual. You're always going to connect spiritually before physically, okay? That's one. It's a spiritual union. Okay, you're going to have a strong telepathic connection with this person. Now, you can have strong telepathic connections with many different people. It doesn't mean that they're divine. But that's one of the first things. It's like an energetic pull. You have no idea why you're so drawn to someone, why you're so, like, you can hear their thoughts, like everything. Like magical and mystical things happen when you guys talk to each other. But you'll find that, like, there's a lot of external influences and external energies that are trying to stop you from being with this person. It's normally external influences. And one of you in the connection, there's always one that's easily influenced, more easily influenced than the other. There's always one that's more easily triggered than the other person. So they'll attack the weaker partner. Normally it's the divine masculine, because the divine masculines, they're supposed to take orders, and their job basically is to protect the divine feminine, but they're supposed to look up to the divine feminine energy because the divine feminine energy is more in tune with the universe. So the divine masculine always tends to be the weaker individual. So the divine masculine is what the external influences are going to attack. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that the divine masculine is weak and the divine feminine is strong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the divine masculine tends to be weaker when it comes to the energies. And like I said, this could be, you know, if you're gay, for example, and whoever's got the feminine energy is going to be the stronger individual when it comes to fighting off spiritual demons and things like that, okay? So this is why you need to be unified, because there's both of you that have strengths and weaknesses, and once you come together, you're like a power couple, literally. Like, when we're talking about power couple, we're not talking about like Beyonce and Jay-Z. Like, we're talking, like, it's deeper than that. It's the power that you have when you unify. You're here to change the game, to change the world, you know, to help save those who are supposed to be on their spiritual and enlightened path. It's a deep spiritual warfare. I mean, for those who know, they know. The chosen ones, they know. Okay? So why do you think you have so much demonic pushback when you're dealing with somebody who's supposed to be your divine counterpart? Because you don't understand the energy and the power that you both possess. People don't want to see a beauty come together. People don't want the emperor with his empress. You know, because the kings and the queens answer to the emperor. He gives orders. She makes shit happen with her energy. She is the embodiment of pure love and fertility and creation. Imagine what these two could do together. And once they're with each other, they don't give a fuck about anybody else around them. So there's going to be people around you that's going to try and stop you and put doubt and indecision in your mind, because they don't want these two beautiful beings to unify. They don't want them to change the world. You know, this energetic spiritual warfare has been going on for eons, centuries. thousands and thousands of years, okay? This didn't just happen yesterday. But, you really need to analyze whether or not, first of all, you're in a divine connection. You need to look at yourself as an individual, because a lot of the times you're going to be in separation for a while, and that is for you to work on yourself. It's not for you to obsess over the other person. Sometimes the divine masculine hasn't, they're not like embodying their full potential. Sometimes the divine feminine isn't. So you know what I mean? You have to give yourself self-love and work on yourself. Work on the King of Pentacles. Work on the Queen of Pentacles. Work on the, work on all of those elements. So that you can then unify with your divine counterpart in harmony. When you listen to each other and talk to each other rather than everybody else. When you fight through and battle through these demonic forces together rather than everybody else. Because, everybody else, other people always have something else attached to them. Okay? So sometimes you need to recognize when you're in the presence of an actual angel or an angelic being, and when you're in the presence of a demon in disguise. You will be with your counterpart. Now, whether you're just the King of Cups, you will be with the Queen of Cups. Whether you're the Emperor, you will be with your Empress. But it's like, there is lessons that a lot of people need to learn in order for them to actually to be with the person that they're supposed to be with. Are you really ready for a divine relationship? You need to get right within yourself, okay? Because your vibration needs to be at a high level so that you both can tackle the energies around you that don't want you to be together. And you need to understand you're the shit. Why does everybody not want you to be with the best person you've ever met in your life? Because she's the shit, or he's the shit, you the shit. And they're just a piece of shit, full of shit, going nowhere but down the toilet, where shit belongs. This is why a lot of divine people, they're loners, because they need to be able to understand what it's like to be alone, so that when they get their divine counterpart, that's all they're ever going to need. They're not going to miss or want the attention of other people, because they've mastered that hermit energy. They've mastered that, it's not always trying to search through love and attention through other people. They've mastered alone time and self-love. They know how to be by themselves. So another person to them is a gift. That's your other half. That's all you need. Do you understand the shit that you can achieve with one other high vibrational being that understands things exactly the way that you do, that can see the bigger picture? Do you understand the genetic and DNA codes that you're about to activate and unlock once you come together? Do you understand what you can achieve on the different spiritual planes? Like, this is some deep shit, So I would just advise everybody to work on themselves. And for those of you that know that you're actually in a divine relationship, like, you need to fix up, okay? And I'm talking to the weaker individuals here. You need to stay strong when it comes to you and your other person, and you need to shut out the world. And focus on building your divine connection, so that because we're all here for a mission. You and your partner, your counterpart, you're here to do something, All of you will have different missions, but you're here to do something. There is no other person that can be with the Emperor. Only the Empress will do. Only the Emperor will do. Okay? Anyway, they just told me to tell you that. It's raining right now, so that was my cue to give you guys a message, because one of my superpowers is that when I wash my hair, I can make it rain, and I'm connected to Mazu, the heavenly, earthly, universe and skies. So they gave me a download. They said, you know, when you wash your hair, you're going to get a download. You need to give a message. So I washed my hair, then it rained, and that's my download. So I just had to tell this to people. So if you're watching this, this is your confirmation. Okay? This is either your confirmation that you are of divinity and you need to work on raising your vibration and keeping it at a high vibrational state. If you have to block out motherfuckers, that's what you have to do. Do you know what I mean? There's sacrifices that you need to make in order to complete the mission, because what you get in the end, what you get in the afterlife, what you get in the different realms is beyond your wildest dreams. You know, the earth is just a fucking, it's true. I saw a post that I posted on my Instagram the other day where it said something like, you know, I believe the earth is like the psych ward of the universe. Like, literally, we're in crazy town right now, but we're here for a reason. This is not where, we don't belong here. The chosen ones, the divine feminines, the divine masculines, the real godly beings, we don't belong here. We're here for a reason, okay? And we can't allow ourselves to be polluted by the lower vibrational external factors that want to keep us trapped in this world. So that, you know, when we pass, our souls are fucking trapped here. Like, nah, motherfuckers, like, we're here to do something and then to move on. And you're only going to be able to achieve something to its fullest potential once you unify with the other person. Because together, your powers are indestructible. This is why they want to keep you apart. Why do you think? Why do you think they don't want you to be together? Like, why do you think? You have to understand how special you are and how special the other person is. And if you're not on your empress level or your emperor level, you have to reevaluate yourself. You know, you can find out just by looking at your birth chart whether or not you're actually of royal descent and shit, you know. But, you know, that's another story for another day. But, you know, work on your elements, work on mastering your vibration. And once you keep your high vibration, you don't have time for low vibrational activities. You're here to study, to research, to evolve, to create a life of beautiful abundance for yourselves and for your counterpart, and to fuck shit up on the spiritual realm. Only you and your divine counterpart will know and understand what's really going on. Okay? I feel like that message could have been quite confusing. So if you were confused, I'm sorry, it will make sense. But yeah, I'm just channeling. That's just what they told me to say, okay? So this is your confirmation. It's your confirmation to say yay, or it's your confirmation to say nay. You'll know, okay? But that's just what they told me to tell you. I'm also hearing something about your antennas as well. Some of you need to wash your hair. You need to wash it and condition it and really massage your scalp. I'm hearing that you need to spend 5 to 10 minutes massaging your product into your scalp, because it's really going to help with your spiritual gifts and your abilities. And you'll find that your hair is going to be really, really like, how can I say? You're going to see a dramatic difference in your hair. You could have washed your hair like 1,000 times, but there's something that's going to be really different about it this time. Okay, and I'm hearing that you need to use honey. You need to get products that have honey in them, or use raw honey and mix it into your conditioner if you use conditioner, okay? But you need to use honey infused products, or is it jojoba oil? Jojoba oil? Jojoba oil? I can't remember, but you know that oil that begins with a J. And flaxseed oil. Look for products that have flaxseed oil in it. Okay, that's what they just told me to tell you. But anyway, I'm out. I hope this, you know, this done somebody well. Okay. And also, I'm hearing as well, try not to watch too many different people and readers. because it's going to create a lot of confusion, okay, when it comes to your situation. Because a lot of people, they just be putting out content just for the sake of putting out content, and they're not really connected to the divine. They just know how to read cards, but they're not actually in tune, okay? Or like I said, some people, they pick up on several different energies. A lot of readers pick up on a lot of low vibrational energy more than high vibrational energy. So then you can get confused about your situation because they're not actually picking up your story. So just be mindful with the people that you watch, especially if you're someone that reads your own cards. Try to pull your own energy while you're doing while you're watching a reading. Like, for example, if I'm watching a reading about a situation, right, I will pull my own cards first, and then I'll watch readers just for confirmation, because I know my guides are on point, you know. So I will watch a reader for confirmation. If that reader ain't saying what the fuck my cards are saying, then something ain't right there, because I'm only connected to high vibrational energies. So if I keep getting if I'm watching someone and it's always low vibrational readings, I'm like, well, something's not right, or that's just not my energy, because it has to match up to what my guides say. If I'm getting the Empress and the Emperor in my readings non-stop, I need to see these two cards come up in another reader's reading. That's how I know that it's confirmation for me, you know. So if you pull your own cards and you trust your own guides, you know, sometimes as well, it depends on the your placements. That's why I always say to people, it's good to know your chart, because sometimes you may watch your sun sign, it just ain't resonating. It's like, why does my sun sign keep saying that shit? Because you need to look at your Venus, your Juno, your Jupiter, your rising, your moon. You know, sometimes people have completely, like, their chart is completely scattered. Do you know what I mean? With different energies. Your sun, your moon, and your rising can be all completely different, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, that is it, and that is all. I really do pray that, you know, people do unify, and they will, when they understand the mission, they understand this assignment. You know, when you really know that you're supposed to be with someone as well, just release it. Release the indecision and the doubt, and understand that you'll come together when you're supposed to, okay? And focus on yourself and your well-being, because you don't want to be in a relationship where you're so traumatically damaged that it just creates an unnecessary low vibration in what is supposed to be a high vibrational relationship. You know, you need to work on your mind, or you help each other to work on each other's selves. Sorry, the fucking the noise outside just distracted me, so I don't know if that just made sense, but that was confirmation. I see, as soon as I said that, you see how it stopped? But that alarm outside was also confirmation. And that was also a great example of an external interference. You know, something just tried to throw me off to the point where I didn't even know if I was fucking making sense. I couldn't remember what the fuck I was going to say. Okay? So just pay attention. Also pay attention to people around you, like even family members. You'll notice, like, you're speaking to your loved one, and then your fucking sister or your brother calls every single time you're on the phone to the person you're supposed to be with. Your sister or your brother could be that low vibrational energy. And you may think, oh, well, it's my family, so I'm going to keep talking to them. You're not dating your brother. You're not dating your sister. Why does your sister need to talk to you every 5 seconds? You know, you need to recognize the codependent energy around you, because sometimes the dark energies are sent to you in the form of family members to keep you away. But in the time that you are kept away from this person, you need to build up your spiritual armor, okay? So that it's easier for you to recognize, because sometimes things are just crystal clear for some people because their energy is so pure. They just see shit for what it is. Some people, their mind is clouded. You know, look at what you're eating. What are you putting into your body? What are you feeding yourself? Do you drink enough water? I don't trust anyone that doesn't drink water. If I speak to someone and they don't drink water daily, I can't fuck with them. Like, how are you not drinking water? You're not hydrated. You're not elevated. Like, your body is made up mainly of water. So what are you replacing it with? When you're sweating it out, what are you replacing that with? Fizzy drink? Juices? I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong in drinking certain things, but you need to make sure you're drinking water daily. You know, I don't fuck with people that don't drink water, period. That tells me a lot about the person and their insides. It's something as simple as that, you know. Again, you know, water, when you think about water, you think about cleansing. When you think about cleansing, you think about purity. When you think about purity, you think about divinity. Everything goes into one another, okay? Look at people's habits. What do they like to do? What do they like to talk about? If you talk to someone and every 5 minutes they're talking about man, then that's what their focus is. They're not there yet. If you're talking to a nigga and always talking about his pussy, that's what his focus is. He's not there yet. But anyway, that is it and that is all. Follow me on TikTok for daily readings. I need to update my TikTok, and I'll be coming out with the rest of the readings. I've got 3 more signs to do, and that's all the generals done for the month. Because people keep saying to me, oh, where are your videos, Leonie? Not Leonie, like Ebony. And I'm like, I've already been posting. Like, look, they're there. I only haven't done Virgo, Cancer, and Leo. And then the next lot of readings for this month, before the month ends, is going to be the love readings. But I've done all the generals. I've only got 3 more signs that I need to do. So they're there, okay? And I will be getting round to them. I've just had other things that I've needed to do. So when I've got the time, I will come back on the channel. And it's also good as well for your mental and physical and emotional health and development. You don't, for other readers, if there's a reader watching this, you don't need to be putting out content every 5 minutes for these codependent people. Like, it's important for you to focus on yourself, because you need to have the right energies in order for you to connect to spirit and give out, you know, proper messages for people. Don't overwork yourself from the pressure of other people that don't know how to guide themselves. Like, some people have to wait, okay? They have to wait. If your supporters really give a fuck about you, they'll want you to be in your best energies so that you can give them and provide them with the best messages. You're not supposed to overwork yourself to keep other people happy, because who's keeping you happy behind closed doors? You know, reading is very, very energetically draining. And sometimes I don't know how people be banging out so much shit. Sometimes I think, are you really connected to source? Because, you know, it's where do you get all this energy from? How are you not drained by connecting with thousands of individuals? Like, you need to take time out to recuperate and get your energy levels up. You know what I mean? Don't get lost in the algorithms and the fucking you know, the attention and the views and all that. If you go down in the algorithms because you haven't posted in 3 weeks, you go down. It is what it is. Like, there's more to life than fucking attention. Okay? That is it and that is all. Toodles!